Thinking of buying a home? Your mortgage approval will play a big role. In this series, I will share with you 5 criteria that a lender looks for when they're reviewing your mortgage application. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Lei here, your real estate go-to expert in the Greater Toronto area. Today's topic is the 5 criteria that a lender is looking for when they are reviewing your application, or we call it the 5 C's of credit. One of the most important, if not the most important factor in achieving your home ownership dream is securing a mortgage or a home loan. And one of the criteria that a lender checks for is your credit or your credit worthiness. This is the snapshot of your overall credit history. In the layman's term, this is your report card on how you use your finances. So you might be wondering, how did you ever start having a credit score? Let me share you some light. So when you first started savings, let's say this is your first job, you got your SIN or social identification number that you use with your employer. So this is being recorded and they send it to the credit bureau. In Canada, there are 2 credit bureaus that we use, the Equifax and the TransUnion. It is very important that you check both of these credit agencies to find out if your reporting is matching or in sync, because they have different ways of reporting and one may not be as updated as the other one or vice versa. So it's very important that you check this at least once a year. If you're looking to check it, you are entitled to 1 free credit reporting without the score every year. So all you do is you contact them and they will send you that information. Going back to our topic on how you got your credit history started. So when you first get a job, when you first start an account with your bank, let's say you started a savings or a checking, and then after a few years, you might be wondering how suddenly you get this offers from credit cards for you to apply for a loan. So that's because you already started getting a history. And from then on, so if you apply for any types of credit, so for example, you got a car loan, you got a credit card, a line of credit, a student loan, you name it. Any type of credit in Canada will be recorded and it will be reported to your credit bureau. This is how they started the records, and I won't go into detail on how they score it. That will be another series that we're gonna talk to, but for now we're just gonna leave it at that. So you need to have a good credit score in order for you to pass a mortgage application. This is an indication that you are a good loan repayer, so that means that they would be able to extend to you a credit. Number 2 in the criteria is your character. Character, in other words, your willingness to pay. You might have a lot of money, but if you're not willing to pay any loans, then that's not a good character, right? So they look at this. And how do they check that? In the same place, the credit, your credit reporting. So what they see there is, are you paying your bills on time? Are you missing any payments? Did you file any bankruptcy? Did you run away and don't pay? Or do you have collections? Do you have any student loan that you don't pay? Or any types of loans? So it will show there. And if you're unemployed, it also shows there. So, you know, when you're applying for a credit, just tell the truth, you know, because you can't really run away from it. And when an underwriter or the person that reviews your application looks for every single detail, it is very important that they know why, right? Because sometimes we won't have a perfect credit because some circumstances that happened in the past. What matters is how you resolve it. So when you are giving your information, do not skip on anything because they will find it out anyway. And so when you skip on it, they know you lied on your application, then chances are you won't get it anyway. Okay? So number 3 is your capability or capacity. Capacity is your ability to pay. Do you have an income? Do you have a cash flows to support a mortgage payment? If you are making, say, $1,000 every 2 weeks and you are going to pay $800 every 2 weeks for your mortgage, it shows the lender you don't have the ability to pay. So right there and then, they know that you will be missing payments in the future. If you're in this situation that you're barely meeting the ends, and that means it is not the right time for you to get mortgage because that will only cost you a headache. Number 4 is the capital. They wants to see how invested are you in this mortgage application, otherwise known as the down payment. They want to make sure that you have a down payment in addition to the terms and conditions of the mortgage repayment. Number 5 is the collateral or additional security to the loan. So aside from your down payment and your monthly mortgage payment to the loan, sometimes they will ask you for additional security in terms of a co-application. If your income is not that high, or for them your application is not strong enough, they might ask you for additional person or additional security. When they extend you the loan, you are basically giving them the title to your property until such time that you were able to repay the full loan, and that can take about 25 to 30 years and sometimes longer if you are breaking the mortgage midway of the term. Now let's recap on what we have learned so far. Number 1 is credit or credit worthiness. Number 2 is your character or your willingness to pay. Number 3 is your capacity. Do you have the income to pay your monthly mortgage payment? Number 4 is your capital. Do you have a down payment and deposit that will be added to the mortgage? Number 5, and the last one, is your collateral or the additional security. It can be the subject property and an additional applicant. So they look at all these things and see if you are a fit to the criteria that they are looking for in order for you to get a loan. There you have it, the 5 C's of credit. I hope that you learned something from this series, and if you have questions, please comment it below. And if you wanted to reach me, please see my contact information on the description, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.